Hello, this is Suiika, and today I'm going to show you how to pin light body assets successfully to the floating head model version C. I've seen a lot of people try and pin the body to the head by opening the floating head like this and then importing the body as an item or as a PNG and then trying to pin the body to the head. But it is a lot easier and also gives you better results if we do it in reverse by pinning the head to the body. So I'm going to show you how to do that. Basically, what you want to do is customize your model first, the head, hairstyles, colors, and whatnot textures, whatever you want to do, you do you're gonna do what you gotta do. And then we're going to click on this green star called item settings, and we're going to click on load current model as live 2D item. This will copy the current loaded model into the items folder so it can be loaded as live 2D item. That's usually what it does, but with this model, because the file size is so humongous, even though it's only the head, it's still pretty big. I think at least I think that's the reason why it won't do it, but it won't actually save in the live to the item folder. Maybe it's just bugged for me. Maybe it works for you. I don't know, but it doesn't for me, and that's okay because whenever I wanna make a new head item, I just repeat the same steps, which is just press on create as item, press OK. And then all these things you can adjust, but I just don't. It doesn't really matter to be honest. I mean, I guess for angle, I can make it so that it tilts a little less since the range might be a bit too big for most body assets. Most body assets are rigged to have less range, I guess. Um, and then you're just gonna press save and okay. And for you, it's just gonna be because I just fiddled around with it. It was different, but for you, if you do it the first time, it's gonna be front, back, and then ponytail, top split. Um, and then press OK. The settings don't really matter but because we're going to adjust them later on. And as you can see, it loaded in another head. So there's two of us now. The left one is the actual model and the right one is the newly created item. And what I meant with it doesn't actually save as an item in the folder is if you go to item settings and then try to find it in the list, you're not going to be able to find it. At least I can't. Like I said, maybe it works for you, but it doesn't for me. Um, but that's okay because now that we have this head, we're going to load in the body asset. This one is by littlemewn on Kofi. Very cute. Like sitting, holding a little plushie and a beanbag. And I actually locked my head by accident. But to unlock it, if you see that your head, your item doesn't move around, you can't drag it. You can only drag this, then you just unlock it right here, and then you can drag it again. And now, as you can see, the head and the hair is in front of the body. We don't want that. Obviously, we want the the face to be in front of the neck, but the back hair to be behind the clothing layers. So what we're gonna do is click on the rotating cogwheel slash star, and it's called configure loaded items, and for some reason it's just called C, but we're gonna click on that, and that opens the settings again that we saw before when we actually created the item. It says front section goes here, back section goes here, and split live to the item at layer is this. So what we're going to adjust is I like to go do this one first, the split live to the item at layer. This is where you can slide around this slider and make sure that visualize is on so you can actually see. Um, when I slide this slider, some of the layers go like this brownish, reddish brown, and the back hair layers disappeared as you can see. Like to put that behind the beanbag, which is not what you want, but I like to like get it out of the way because it's just kind of the hairs are kind of like blocking my view. So I made it so that only the front hair layers and the actual face and such is in front of the body, and the back hair layers is, like I said, behind the beanbag, which is not what we want, but just leave it for now. And now we're going to go into front section goes here, and now as you can see, the whole body is brown, but we can adjust it so that these layers, like the plushie, the arms, the choker, the hoodie, minus the neck. I don't want the neck. Goes, the normal color, and everything that I want behind is going to be this reddish brown. Click OK. And as you can see, now I make the head a bit smaller. That looks a lot better, but we still have the back section goes here. And now we can check um that the back hair goes in front of the beanbag and in front of the pillow, but it's still going to be behind the body. There we go. And now I'm just going to check. Yeah, hair is in front of the beanbag and the pillow, but behind the body. There's a little bit of clipping, but that just can't be helped sometimes. And face is in front of the neck, but behind the plushie, so that's good. And then you can see pinning controls. Only pin to specific layer. Littlemewn actually added a little, I don't know if you can see a little round circle thing that is called pin here. So I can pin it to that and just click OK once you're like happy with the way your layers are positioned. And then as you can see, it's still not pinned, but I will do that now that I am happy with the layer hierarchy. Um, Remember that wherever your mouse is where you're going to pin. And you're going to pin with double clicking. So I'm going to drag the face by the chin, is what I find easiest. And we're going to drag it here until we have the position that we want. We can also resize it. Maybe the head is a little too big. Still drag it by the chin. And I think here is a good position. So now that it's here, we're gonna double click. And then you can see the head kind of like makes a little motion. And now the head moves in combination with the body. It's never going to be 100% accurate. It's gonna look a little off sometimes in some angles, maybe. Because different rigging, you know, the body is rigged in a different way. Head is rigged in a different way, different body proportions and such. So, but it looks a lot better than if we tried to pin the body to the head. And so we're done. We're done. And you can still use the hotkeys of the head here if you set that up. But you have to set up the hotkeys and the customizations of the head before you create it as a live 2D item. And then you're good to go. I hope this helped. I hope this helped. And thank you for watching.